first lesson and really wasn't sure what to expect. I'd come from the point where I had really enjoyed doing sport and PE at school. But how do they do it now? Everything else has changed. Well, how has PE changed?
I can't remember anything about PE at primary school except not wanting to hold hands with people in the class, and I don't remember having really learned anything.
I really hated PE at school because I had really poor hand-to-eye coordination, and I was made to feel that I really couldn't do very much. I was quite a good sprinter, but that was kind of back burner because I couldn't catch a ball, kick a ball, throw a ball. And so I went through most of my school life feeling very disillusioned with PE, and that's how I felt when I first came in here. But actually Julie has completely turned my feelings on their head. Made me feel quite passionate about how we teach children in school.
Well, I've got a daughter who's very similar. Hand-eye coordination really has a problem with it. And through primary school, and sadly she's only just finished primary school, she was never in the netball team. They only ever played netball as a netball team, so she didn't really have an opportunity to practice. There was no, it was very much a kind of a success thing that the good ones played in the netball team. But having gone on to secondary school, they do seem to teach them more skills, and I haven't appreciated that about teaching PE, that you don't sort of, just go out and have a game around or something, that you're sort of focusing on sending and receiving, and that's the skills rather than the final product.
We would just go out and play netball or volleyball, we would just go and play a game. I didn't realise you could actually teach somebody the elements of the game and what's involved in throwing the ball and all that kind of thing. So science went down to that extent I didn't even realise you could do.
And a lot of the skills are actually linked to the different games. So like one skill like catching or throwing can be linked to several games. So it's like you're teaching them several games in one go.
I think it's that. It seems very daunting, as you say, that you're going to be teaching them netball, but when it's broken all down into individual skills and you realise that each of those individual areas you can sort of get your head around, it suddenly becomes much more achievable.
And if you don't learn how to catch with the beanbag, then you can move on to something more difficult, so it's much more progressive. But I felt the same way as you did. I really was not looking forward to PE. I really didn't like PE at school, and again it's because I was excluded, and being excluded from it means that you start to exclude yourself. And I just didn't want to participate in it, and this was going to be my nightmare subject to teach. But now I think with the way that we've been taught, it's actually much more comfortable and it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
And I think it also shows you what potentially is lacking in school.
In PE teaching.
So we were saying the other week that somebody only had about 4 minutes of active time. That's absolutely wrong.
That's what really struck a with me as well. I thought that how you're going to tackle obesity and physical fitness if children only do 4 minutes of sport in a lesson because they're playing a game and they're not very good. But if they're doing 40 full minutes of really full-on actions and involving themselves in learning to throw, learning to kick, learning to hit the ball about with a stick, whatever it is, then they're really going places and moving and burning calories and getting their hearts pumping.
That will have an impact in the classroom as well, because especially with boys that need to move, you're giving them that opportunity, you're giving them 40 good minutes
burning off energy.
I like the aspect.
What do you remember back to your shape at primary school? I mean, I remember my being at secondary school, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, I can't remember.
I remember being at secondary school and I very good teams about like doing cross country, jogging all the time in the snow. I don't even have any memory of my junior high.
Do you remember dancing around the hall in your knickers with the
Yeah, in secondary school I remember doing country dancing, and it's not in primary school. It's never got your feet in your hands. I remember sports day in primary school, and that's what we did netball at primary school. You remember? I could never do it, and I was never in the team, and no one would throw the ball to me because I couldn't catch it. But when I went to secondary, we did basketball, and that was different because we did it in a different way. Or maybe it was just the way that they showed us how to do it. It was actually easier. It was an easier game to play than netball.
Well, that's what I liked about the differentiation. It seems to be really subtle ways of differentiating without making people feel like they're useless. I mean, give them a different ball or make the area slightly smaller. And I hadn't sort of really appreciated the
really made us think about those sort of things.
So everyone can do something. Every child can do something, whether you're in a wheelchair, whether you're poorly coordinated, you can always do something.
And when I was at school, there weren't any cross-curricular links in PE. We just went out of the classroom for a quick game of rounders or a session on the long jump. But when I came here, I started to easily make links in my mind between different areas of the curriculum. And before I came, I could see the links between things like science and history and literacy and drama. But to me, PE was something you stepped out of the confines of the curriculum for. Whereas Julie's really shown me that you can introduce other aspects of the curriculum into your PE.
But at the end of the day, when you go for a job or you apply to university, they look at whether you were in a team. Are you good at being in a team and how you work with other people? And that comes back down to PE. It's the only place in the curriculum that's traditionally been a place where there was team membership. And if you only get picked because you're the best, you're in the top team, well, that's one thing. But nowadays, it's at every level. They have different levels. It's really important.